Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and I'm kind of excited. I came up with the idea to film all day today, and I'm going to put together 3 videos for you guys. In this video, we are going to do a get ready with me. I'll explain more in a second. Tomorrow's video, you will have, you're gonna have my 2017, excuse me, I almost just like belched at the camera. That's attractive. But you're going to have my 2017 favorites, basically things that I found in 2017. Whether or not they came out in 2017 is irrelevant. I loved them. And then the third video you're going to have is my favorites for skincare and hair care. I wanted to break this up because I'm already prone to long videos, and I really wanted to be able to sit down and talk with you guys about what products I've been loving, what I've been using consistently, and blah, 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 because a lot of times that gets lost. So for today's video, we are going to do a get ready with me, and we're gonna talk. I wanted to have a minute with you guys that we could just hang out together. We could like discuss what's going on, like 2017, what it had to offer me, what I loved, what I didn't love, all that good stuff. Mainly because and by the way, you're gonna want to like sit down, like if you're getting ready, go get ready. If you're doing something, you just turn me on in the background because it's gonna be a minute. Like, this is not gonna be a short video, and I'm not even gonna try to make it a short video, okay? Like, whatever length it comes out to be is what length it is. I don't care. But you guys, this has been such an interesting year for me, and I just thought, like, what a cool way to sit down with you guys, talk to you, and like, I'm just gonna put makeup on, so this isn't about the products. This is about just like us hanging out and really, I don't know, just hanging out with each other and like doing our makeup together or whatever it is you're doing. Like, I don't care so much. I just want us to talk about 2017 a little bit. And just, I don't know, go there. I feel like so much happened and we don't ever get to talk about it because it's always on to the next product and on to the next thing. And I was thinking, like, a bunch of you have asked me, like, hey, what was your 2017 favorites? What was your hits? What were your, you know, what were the things you were loving? And I was like, you know, I can discuss that all day long, and that's totally fine, but that doesn't like help me connect with you guys and like talk about the year. So before I continue, I do want to ask you guys, what is the one thing, or the things, I guess, down in the comments. Tell me what your 2017 held in store. Like, what happened? What was the situation? Did something good happen? Something bad happen? I want to hear all about it. I have like a red thing right here. You see there's like a dot on my lip? Okay, that's annoying. Good thing you guys already saw this video. The Flower Beauty foundation, whatever. I'm trying that. I'm gonna mix a couple things. Anyways, all right, so not about the makeup. Let's talk about what happened. Okay, so 2017. Early 2017, I think it was March or somewhere around in there, I started my YouTube channel, so that's awesome. There were so many things that happened in my life that weren't just about like the makeup, that weren't just about YouTube. Most of the things that happened in my life were so introspective, like in the sense of, you guys, I feel like I grew as a human being. 2017 for me was the year of, almost the year of Aquarius. Like, what? No, Paige, stop. That's not at all what you're supposed to be saying right now. For me, it was a year of self-realization. I realized this year that like me being fat does not equal me being ugly. And that was something that was 27 years in the making. Like, it took me my entire life to know and believe that that's true. So if you're someone that still doesn't believe that, trust me, your day is coming. It took me a hell of a long time. So just, you know, be ready, because when your day gets here, you're gonna be like, you mean I'm not worthless? No, you're not worthless. So anyways, that happened, which was huge. What else happened? Literally everything happened. Let's talk a little bit about medical type stuff, because that's always fun. And I love that you guys like are so willing to like both hear me out, and you guys are so open about like your own personal medical stuff, and I not only love it, like I appreciate it so much. One of the hugest things in 2017 that I realized, or that I learned, is that there is a lot to be learned from other people and what they go through. Like, I know that I recently did the hashtag end the stigma, what makes you different challenge and all that. And a lot of that literally culminated in 2017 as this idea that we have so freaking much that we can learn from each other if we're open enough and honest enough to like listen. But the problem is that in today's society, nobody wants to listen. Nobody cares what anybody has to say. I don't care what you go through. This is about me. And I really wanted a channel that wasn't like that. Yes, I talk about myself a lot, but I also read every single thing that you guys say in the comments. And I can honestly tell you that one of the biggest things for me in 2017, quite honestly, and I don't say this as one of those YouTubers that's like blowing smoke up your ass, I literally learned so much from you guys and who you are and the type of people that you are and who it makes me want to be as a human. Like, I can't even tell you. Your guys' stories have changed my life. Like, and there's only, and what I can't get over is that there's only a handful of you right now. And I hope that one day my comment section it's not a complaining forum. I just want it to be a place where people can come and feel like they can be open and honest and talk about their struggles and know that even if I don't respond, like I'm listening and I'm there and there's always someone there, or my other subscribers chime in, which is like the coolest thing. Like, so many of you guys were so cool to each other. Like, hey honey, I'm so sorry you're going through this, or like, wow, I understand. And just knowing that there's other people out there in the world that were going through whatever it was you were going through, it's such a powerful thing. And I feel like in today's day and age, yet again, of no one caring about anybody else, like, it's just crazy to me that all it took was a YouTube channel and a platform, and all of a sudden, like, people can actually give a piss about one another. Who'da thunk it? And I feel like, again, medically for me speaking, it was kind of a rough year, I'm not gonna lie. This year I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which not many people know, but I literally told the doctor, like, don't tell me I have this, cause I'm gonna punch you. Like, I'm not doing this. And she's like, well honey, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, please don't hurt me, but that is what you have. Like, that's what's wrong with you. And I had, like, I know that I'm all about ending the stigma, and believe me when I say, like, that comes from a very personable, like, a very personal place, because I had a stigma against fibromyalgia. Not when other people had it, but just for me. I was like, no, like, you don't have that. Other people can have that. You can't have that. And for some reason in my mind, I had this horrible stigma, this horrible, like, thought process that surrounded it, and I hated it. I thought it was stupid. I'm like, it's not real. The doctors they use that as a scapegoat. Like, it's not a real thing. I mean, like, I literally went as far as to tell my doctor, she's like, why don't you like it? And I said, well, can I be honest with you? And she's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, that's why you're here. And I said, because I think it's a load of crap. And she's like, what? And I said, I think it's a load of BS. Like, I think you're lying to me. You don't know how to find what's really wrong. And she goes, well, my mom has it. Like, and she kind of got mad at me, and she's like, well, I just diagnosed my mother. And I was like, well, I'm sorry for your mom, because no one should have to go through this, but don't feed me a line. Like, I know what this really is, you know. And I feel like I struggled with, and she actually presented me with, like, actual evidence, and she's like, don't get me wrong, is it technically an exclusionary diagnosis? Yes. Is it technically this, and this? Yes. But that doesn't make it not something. It doesn't take away what you go through. And she was the first person that actually made that make sense to me in that way. Like, you know, Paige, just because it doesn't have an actual thing, it's not an actual whatever, fill in the blank, that doesn't mean that it's not something you're going through. And it seems like, she actually told me, it seems like you're trying to take it away and take away its validity because you don't want to believe it. And I was like, ooh, bitch, getting sassy on now, are you? Like, I'm over here like, oh, I'm sorry, were those claws I saw? Like, do we want to go to the parking lot? I was that, like, emotionally tied to this idea that it couldn't possibly be real. And if it was real, it's cool for other people, but not for Paige. Paige is strong. Paige has a tumor. Paige has spinal stenosis, scoliosis, and degenerative disc disease, and Paige has IBSD, and Paige has and mental and depression and anxiety, and Paige has all these other issues. But Paige does not. Like, for some reason, it was just such a mental hurdle. And if you are someone that has it, you totally understand what I'm going for. Like, it's hard to accept something that seems so vague when in your life it is such a huge it tries to be such a huge detractor in your life, if that makes sense. Like, you totally understand. And living with it is so ridiculous. Like, I can't even. That's just a whole nother story. But anyways, medically, that happened. That was a huge tangent. Anyways, sorry about that. What else happened medically? They tried to treat my fibro. And while they were doing that for about 2 to 3 months-ish, I was on a ton of different medications that made me really, really sick. Like, I'm normally relatively pretty sick, and those ones made me, like, couldn't leave the bed, thought I was going to throw up every 10 seconds sick. The worst part is that I wasn't telling many people, and so as a result of me being sick and not being able to, like, literally do anything, I missed the, I'm not going to say the birth, but I missed, like, the first couple months of, at the time, she was one of my best friends, and I missed her baby kind of being alive for the first 3 months. And then after that, I actually lost that person as my friend altogether because she basically was upset that I wasn't around, or at least that's what I think it was. I'm still not entirely sure. She won't talk to me, so I'm not sure on this one, but I wasn't around, and it was really hard for me because I tried to be honest, but by the time I tried to be honest, this person, it was too late, and they were like, no, like, you're done. And it took me a while to kind of deal with that, because in my mind, and I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, like, what kind of a friend would treat you like that? Like, no real friend would ever care. And I agreed and thought the same thing, but I honestly had to come to terms with the fact that, like, if that's how she wants to be, that's her decision. Like, she has to be okay with that idea, and obviously she is. So it's not my place. Like, if I'm not being what she wants as a friend, then I'm not being what she wants as a friend, and she has every right to, you know, to want out of a relationship. It'd be like if you married somebody and in, 10 years they turned into a completely different person. Like, if you married a Christian and all of a sudden they turned into an atheist that was drinking and partying every single night or something, you would be like, wow, you shouldn't stay in that marriage. Like, what is going on? This person has changed. And it took me a long time to realize that sometimes the people that you're friends with, they're just, if you're not who they signed up for anymore, then, I mean, who does it really hurt if I release them from that? Because they're already gone, it already happened with them. So they're clearly over it. Like, if they made that decision and it's done, it's over with, that's fine. So who's getting held up by my, like, choices and my decision to be all upset about it? I'm the only one that's getting screwed over by this, because I'm the one that's not letting it go. I'm the one that can't seem to get over it. And I just realized that I didn't want to live my life like that anymore. Where in the hell? You guys, you ever have something literally in your hand, you go to use it and you can't find it? Sorry, I couldn't find what I was looking for. Anyways, I don't know. I share that because I know how frustrating it is to lose friends, and that was a really rough one, especially when in my heart I loved that baby. Like, that will never go away. I will always love that baby. But unfortunately, I am no longer in a position to be in its life, and that was something I had to accept. I had to be okay with it, because that's what happens sometimes. And I'd say this all to you guys because I know that there are so many people in this world that get put in that situation, and it's so easy to harbor, like, hate and bad thoughts and bad feelings toward that person. But I just try to look at it, and this is how I look at everything. And a lot of people say, like, oh, Paige, you shouldn't be like that, or whatever, like, they don't deserve it. It's not about what they deserve. It's about what I deserve. I deserve the peace of mind. And quite frankly, if we were friends for any length of time, then yes, they do deserve. They do deserve me to care about them, even if they're not in my life. And I think about things from their perspective, and I just think, like, you know what? I still want them to have the best life that they can possibly have. I had another friend this year. This is the first, what's ironic is that 2017 was the first time that this had ever happened. I have never had friends blatantly, openly walk out of my life before. And these two friends walked out of my life within, I mean, literally a couple weeks of each other. And it was really hard for me because, again, I'd never had that happen before. And I struggled because both times that it happened, from my side, it was medically because I couldn't be the friend that they needed me to be. But the second one that happened, and I've talked about this a little bit on my channel, but I've never went real in depth. I was kicked out of a wedding of a lifelong friend of mine. We'd been friends since about, oh gosh, I would say we'd been friends since probably 4th or 5th grade, maybe, no, maybe 6th grade. We used to go get cookies and pretzels in the school store. Anyways, we had been friends for a very long time, and I loved this person. There was nothing I would not have done for her, and it came time for her wedding, and I couldn't be in other places. I couldn't travel to places. I couldn't, they wanted to have a bridal shower that was in Chicago, which I live in northern Michigan, so for me that's a hell of a hike, and she didn't understand why I couldn't be there for her. And when all I have to offer is that I'm sick, and it seems like I'm putting her off, it seems like I'm, you know, like I'm lying, or it seems like I'm doing all these other shady things, she decided that it was better if not only was I not in her wedding, but if we weren't friends anymore at all. And at first, I really struggled with that, because I'm like, okay, not being in the wedding is one thing, but not being a friend seems really radical to me. It just seemed kind of overkill. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, are you? And literally the words out of my mouth were, is that really what you meant to say? And she was like, yes, that's 100%. Like, I don't want to be your friend if this is who you are. And not meaning like me because I was sick, meaning me as a, thinking, again, she was thinking that I was being shady, that I was trying to do other things, that I was trying to like literally just lie to her to not fulfill what she needed me to do as a bridesmaid. And because of that, she thought that she didn't want to be my friend anymore. It's not like, oh, you have medical issues and I don't want to be your friend. That's not at all what she was going for. At least I don't think that she does. And honestly, I don't think she would say that ever. Because again, she's the same girl that when she found out I had a brain tumor, like she came up and gave me a big hug. Like it's not like that. It wasn't malice because I was sick. But this was yet again another one of those moments where all I could think of is like, I can't do what you want me to do, and me being sick is a hindrance on your life, and somehow all of this is always about someone else. Somehow me being sick always affects other people, and now I'm like held responsible for it. And I really struggled with that, because I'm like, you know, if you think it bothered, like honestly for a little while my thought was like, oh, I'm sorry, did my sickness get in your way? Because that must be really rough, you know. And for a minute I had an attitude. It wasn't very long, it was like a week, because I sat down and I was like, you know what, me harboring like these bad feelings or me being upset, like did I lose two friends that were very near and dear to my heart? Yes. Did I love them? Yes. Is there anything I would not have done for them? No. And that's where we differed. They wanted me to do the little things. And when you're sick a lot, you can't do little things. If you were to call me and say like, Paige, I need you, my house is on fire, or I need a ride or whatever, I'd be there. Didn't matter if I was throwing up on the way, I'd be there because you need me. But when it's the little things, that's where I fail. I fail as a person and I fail as a friend, and I don't ever take that away from my friends. It's hard to explain, but I want you guys to know that for me, 2017 in that respect was so hard. Like it was hard in the area of friendships, because not only did I learn, hold on you guys, I'm gonna have to continue this thought in a second. I've got to go put my brows on, and we all know I can't do that on camera because I have the talent of a mole, and that's not an option. So hold on just a second, I'll be right back. All right, so they're not like the best brow, but like it's a year in review, 2017. 2017, what happened? My brows happened. Oi, my brows happened. So I added a bake so we can continue with the eyeshadow. But anyways, let's get back to what I was saying. Again, you guys, I'm not gonna sit and like dwell on all the negative that happened. I only bring up that kind of stuff because I feel like it did happen, and it's something that it's something that happens to a lot of sick people. It's something that happens to a lot of people in general. And I want to always, like, first and foremost, I always want to be open with you guys. And I never will sit here and tell you that I'm, like, blameless in something that I wasn't. Or, you know, I will, even if it ends up making me look bad or stupid or whatever, I will always be as honest with you guys as I possibly can. Again, I always also protect, like, the anonymity of these people, because they they have the right to have their privacy, even though I choose, clearly I give mine to you guys, but they still have the right to not have their names be all over whatever negative connotation people think of them. So that's part of the reason I don't tell you their names, because that's not up to me. It's it is their life, and they have that option. So anyways, on to a cheerier thing that kind of came out of this whole friendship situation. While these two friends kind of inadvertently, you know, kicked me out of their life, so to speak, I had a serious soul-searching moment of the type of person and the type of friend I want to be. And I had to realize, and this is something that kind of goes for all sick people, if you have friends and you can't see them and whatnot, you can't expect your friends to understand what you're going through if you're not honest with them. And I was honest with these other two, and it didn't matter. You know, they kind of had whatever they wanted to do already decided, and that's fine. That is totally fine. They get to make their own decisions. But what I realized is that the remaining friends in my life, I didn't want that to happen with. I wanted to be at this point, and from that point forward, I have been 100% honest. When people say, hey Paige, do you want to go out? I tell them, like, no, I don't feel good. I can't, I'm sorry. You're more than welcome to come here. I would love to see you. I haven't felt real good. Like, you can come, we can have coffee or, you know, ice cream or whatever you want. We can have it at my house. I need to, like, stay near a bathroom, or I need to, you know, whatever the case is. And I had to realize that I can't expect people to understand me if I'm not completely honest with them. And this brings me to some of the most amazing and the best friends in the entire world that I still have, that have literally come to me every time they wanted to see me. They have come to me to make it so I didn't have to leave and be uncomfortable and be sick and whatnot. And they have just been so amazing through the entire situation. You guys have seen some of them, not seen others of them. And they're the type of people that they know who they are. The friends that they don't ever make me feel less than. They don't make me feel like I'm an inconvenience, and they really don't ever make me feel like I should feel bad for being the way that I am and for having the issues that I have. And I think that as I've gotten older, I might have lost some friends, and friends might have, you know, come and gone and that sort of thing. The quality of my friends has gotten way more than what I think I deserve some days. Like, I can't even. I mean, like, to the level of one of my friends, one of my very, very, very good friends, actually catches some flack sometimes because I don't go to see their apartment, and I don't go to see them, and people in their life say, you know, if she cared about you at all, she would come to you. And this particular friend actually stuck up for me and said, no, you don't understand, like, she's sick, and continued to stick up for me and continued to have my back even when I wasn't around. And the mark of a good friend is one that does have your back even when you're not there to defend yourself. And so it's friends like this that really made me realize, okay, 2017 was definitely a good year to, like, learn lessons. It was a good year to realize the type of person I wanted to be, but it was also a year of a lot of hurt and a lot of upset. And again, the friends that are out of my life, like, they're out. It is what it is, and it's okay. I don't expect other people to understand if they've never been through it themselves, or if it's something that they didn't sign up for. I no longer hold them accountable for that part of life, and that has to be okay. So anyways, I've beat that bush to death. If you guys ever want, like, more information on that or whatever, like, feel free to let me know. I'm pretty much, like I said, I'm an open book. Other than who they are, like, specifics, I'm an open book, and I'll tell you whatever it is that you want to know. Anyways, so that's that. That minute you realize you put a gold on your eyelid that looks like a turd gold. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. Okay, gonna have to change the crease color a little. All right. Oh, I know something that happened in 2017. All of mankind hating each other. That happened in 2017. That's some shit we could leave in 2017. That's pretty cool. What happened? Well, let's see. Families and friends and lives were divided by politics. which is something that should never happen because your love of the people you love should be able to outweigh any political opinion that they have. I honestly do believe that there are a lot of friends that lost respect for other friends, a lot of families that were torn apart because they hated who the other was voting for. And I gotta be honest, you guys, I think it's complete crap that we are this far as a society, a peace and love people. We have so many people that love one another, but we only love them until we disagree with them. Wow, that's love. A love with contingencies. There's something that became very popular in 2017. Now that brings me to goals. What are some goals for 2018? I almost said 2017. The goal for 2017 is to get away from it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really look at any part of my life like that. But the goal for 2018 for me, I have a couple. I definitely want to continue to like grow my brand and my social platform. I'm definitely like hoping that one day I will have a following, you know, that's a little bit more substantial. I don't ever see myself being the type of YouTuber that like gets to hit 1 million. And I don't say that as a defeatist. I say that because I honestly don't think I have an itch in my nose and it's really starting to get to me. Sorry about that. I don't see myself as the type of YouTuber that really can pander to enough people. Like, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, try to make, you know, 3 billion people happy. So that's why I don't see myself going that far. I'm not perfect. My videos aren't perfect. My makeup's not perfect. And a lot of people that subscribe and they want a level of perfection that, quite frankly, I just don't have. I'm not that good. I'm good enough, but I'm not that good. And I recognize that. I don't have enough technical skill. But I do see myself hopefully getting to the point of like maybe 250,000. I think that that would be awesome, and I think that that's obviously not something I'm gonna reach in 2018, but it's definitely a goal of mine to get there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and just to growing my channel, growing my social platform. I think so much of like what I want to do is I want to change the beauty community. Not change it because it's bad, but I want to introduce it to things that it doesn't already have. Like, I honestly don't know that the beauty community has many people like me. I'm not gonna say it doesn't have anybody, because I don't think that I'm so unique that somewhere on YouTube there's not someone else like me. But what I do think is that I think that I offer something that is so different and so unique that I think that I could change up the way that the beauty community treats itself, treats other people. The way that brands want to brand themselves. Like, I can see me as a person, I believe I am a brand. And that's something that I get asked all the time, like, how did you, or like, how have you tried to grow your channel? Like, how are you the way you are? And I think, honestly, one of the things that made the biggest difference for me is I had to know and believe that, like, as I sit right now, that I am enough. I am something that a brand would want to work with. I might not be like technically great, as I totally screw up this eye look. But I do feel like I am someone that a brand would say, you know what? You might not be the best, but you're someone we would want because you represent something that we need. And it isn't always about having confidence in knowing that, like, I'm the best, because look at my face, I'm not the best. But I think that there's a confidence in knowing that I, as I sit, am a brand. I am something that I was looking for on YouTube. That's why I did this. That's why I started my channel, because I was something that I needed. And I thought, well, if you need it and you feel the need to put this out there, then there are other people that need you too. The medical community, like people with issues, we need a voice. Like, and I'm gonna be your voice. It's so hard in the beauty community to be fat or to have issues, and because nobody wants to talk about them. Everyone only wants to talk about the things that are fun to talk about, and ooh, the next best lipstick. And here I come along and I'm like, no, like, sorry, this foundation doesn't cover it because I have this issue or that issue. I don't get enhancements and stuff like that. Like, I am exactly what I am. And if I did get those things, that'd be fine, but I would tell you. Like, I just feel like in the beauty community as it sits, everyone is after the next great hair extension, or no, I'm sorry, the hair plugs, or the next great whatever. And like, if you want to do that, that's you, and that's awesome. But like, I want to be the person that, for right now at least, can stand up for people. And I'm not going to say that one day that won't change, because it very well may. Like, it might be something that one day I'm like, you know, I want to have lip injections or whatever. I don't see that happening, but if it does, it does. And I just want there to be a world where people are like, you know what, you can do you, and here I am doing me naturally. And I don't know, I feel like there's such a power in that I want to be able to do that. Is that weird? Does that sound weird? Okay, so what's so funny is that I just spent like the last, I don't even know how long, talking to myself because the camera had shut off because I talked too much and it was like, no girl, it's been too long. Not my favorite eye look, I'm not gonna lie. I think it looks a hot mess, but like, whatever. It is what it is at this point. I think I at least salvaged it, but I still don't like it. So we're gonna be okay with that, right? Right, okay, so back to things that I've learned. By the way, this video is probably already like a half hour long. I'm sorry, I talk a lot. Another thing that I learned in 2018, you guys, it's okay to openly be yourself and be like, hey guys, I talk a lot. Sorry, like it is what it is. Hope you don't mind, but if you do, there's a little fast forward, you can speed it up. That's an option I learned about in 2017. I learned that you can speed up the video if you don't want to listen. Hot damn, that's exciting. Another thing that I learned / came to grips with in 2017 is that you don't have to, what's the word I want to use? You don't have to feel like you are better than like a TV show. Like I learned, and you guys, I had the most like self-judgment for this little fact. I secretly like love the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I don't know why. Like, in my intelligence, because I love Dave Ramsey. I love things that are like make you smarter. And as I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians one day, like I had nothing else to watch. It was late at night. I couldn't sleep. I was sick. And I was like, okay, I need to not like this show. Like it's so dumb. Like why do you do this? And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second. It's okay to like Keeping Up with the Kardashians because there's nothing wrong with you wanting to watch that show. Like millions of Americans watch it. And I think what I realized is that A, it's okay because if I like it, then it's okay. Like it's okay to like what you like. But more than that, I really think I liked it because I liked the social aspect. I liked the way that they have like learned how to make a living literally just being social, which if you think about it, that's what YouTube is. Like that's literally me on YouTube, and I ended up watching it and learning so much, which I know sounds insane, but Kris Jenner, she is freaking brilliant, okay? I'm sorry. She took Kim and basically catapulted her career and then found a career for her daughters doing the same thing. Like they're just social people and they're social icons, and now they are set for life. Literally, they didn't do anything but be themselves. And they all came from like a normal, quote unquote, start. Like, they were working in their store. Like, I'm sorry. I know that what you're thinking, like, oh yeah, normal, I'd kill for their normal. But like, I know it seems a little out there, but if you think about it just that easily, there's so much to learn from Kris Jenner. Like, that woman knows how to make money. She knows how to be successful, and she knows more than anything how to market somebody. And that's something that I think we can all use a little bit more of. We can all learn how to market ourselves and how to like put out the best example of what we want to be and who we are. And I just think that there's so much to learn in that respect that I don't know, I found myself being so intrigued by, oh, hello, cheekbones. I found myself being so, like, sucked into this world of, like, Paige, it's okay to like this show because I can honestly tell you, I have learned so much about, like, myself and branding and how important that kind of stuff is. And it's just, it's crazy to me how we live in a world that's so, like, closed off. Oh, that show is so stupid, but, like, who's stupid? Like, they're multi-gazillionaires. So, I'm sorry. They're not that stupid. Like, they figured their shit out pretty quick and made their money. I'm not saying that money makes you smart, but like, they know something about making money and they know something about something. And if I can even, I believe, I'm one of those people too that believes that like, everybody in the world, whether or not we agree with them, whether or not we even like them, there's something that you can learn from every single person. Like, every person in this world has something to offer you. Whether or not you hate them, whether or not you agree with them, whether or not whatever, like, there's something we can learn from everybody. Because everyone has something about them that they know that we could benefit from. Like, it's just, it's simple, to me, it's simple math. Like, it's simple understanding. Like, clearly, I don't know everything. Therefore, I have stuff to learn. And I just love, like, I love looking at the Kardashians and being like, wow, what can I learn from you guys today? Is my nose? Oh, my nose is snatched. Hello, snatch nose. And I don't know. I grew to love like the way that they love each other and the way that they see certain things. And I don't know. I know I get made fun of quite a bit for it in my own life. And I don't love them because I'm like so envious of them. I just love them like from a social, experiment and from a branding and a marketing perspective. I wanted to do marketing when I was in college really bad. And it was before I wanted to go pre-med. But you guys, I'm telling you, like, I love that aspect about the Kardashians so freaking much. And I just think it's awesome. Like, am I ever going to be one of those beauty people that does their makeup? No, because they'd be like, do not come near me, Paige. You can't do your own. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. That's fair. But like, I feel like they have so much to offer in that respect. Like, it's insane to me. Oh God, I just love it so much. Like, more than you could know. And it's something that I realized in 2017, like, I shouldn't have to hide the fact that I like this show or that I look up to these people for their ability to brand themselves, their ability to be successful. Like, we should all look up to that kind of thing. Like, whether or not you look up to them like as people, just look up to them for their talent as far as being able to become successful from literally a sex tape. Like, I'm sorry, like that's what Kim's claim to fame was. It was a sex tape, and it catapulted her career, and it gave her a career. And if someone with less brains or less intuition or less whatever would have done the same thing, they would not have become nearly as successful as Kim Kardashian, because she's not just successful as a person. Like, she's a brand. Kim is a brand. And it not only did it become her as a brand, it was her entire family, like her sisters and her mom. And they created like a 12 or 11 or some odd season running show. Like, to me, that is so creative and so amazing. Like, Kim went from being just someone that made a sex tape and like made a mistake to someone that now that mistake was the biggest thing in her entire life. Like, that is so powerful to me. I don't know. A lot of people are gonna think that I'm crazy, but even if you don't like them, I just look at it from that perspective. And you're gonna go like, wow, there actually is something to be learned there. Like, do I want to be just like them? Maybe not. And that's fine, because no one should want to be just like anybody else. But like, oh my God, I'm so taken back by like the level of talent that takes to go from sex tape mishap to we are all insanely well known and like powerful. Like, they are powerful people. And I think that that's so amazing, and I love it so much. Oh, I know I sound crazy. I know it. So anyways, long story short, you guys, I learned that I don't have to, I shouldn't have to hide that kind of stuff. Like, I should be able to be open about the things that I love and why I love them. As far as like goals for 2018, I think that I would have to say, I want to do more of the things that I love. And actually, that was something that my boyfriend pointed out to me that I didn't realize. He actually asked me, because one time I was like being so bitchy. Like, I wasn't just being mean. Like, I was being like I was being the worst version of a human that you could possibly be. And I was like mad at him, and I'm like, what is your problem? You know, and I'm like taking it out on him, and he's like, I don't have a problem. And he was trying to be so nice. And then finally it like all came to a head, and we started talking, and he asked me, he's like, Paige, when was the last time, like, I love to read, side note, okay? And he goes, when was the last time that you read a book? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, when was the last time you read a book? And I'm like, it's been a while, but I've been busy. Why? And I was like so annoyed that he was asking me this. And he goes, when was the last time that you got out your crocheting? When was the last time that you did what, like, baked? When was the last time that you did? And he went down this list of things that he knows that I love to do. And I was like, what is your point? Like, where are you going with this? Like, clearly annoyed, right? And he goes, my point is, you're not doing things that you love anymore. The little things, you're not doing them. And you haven't done them in so long, and it's changing you as a person because you're not doing the things that you love. And I was like, oh, boy got a point now, does he? Like, oh, piss. And it's one of those moments where you're like, wow, I'm really in the wrong here. And I'm about to, like, you can't fight this. Like, you're just in the wrong. And I apologized, of course. And I was like, you know, I didn't think about it like that. And he goes, the problem is that when you stop doing the stuff that you really enjoy doing, like, you become someone else. And he's like, I don't want you to become that other person. Like, you should do the things you love. He said, clearly you enjoy the makeup and YouTube and all that. You put so much time and energy into it. But, like, do something with the cameras off. Do a part of your life with the cameras off, and don't lose who you are, and don't become someone that you don't recognize. And I was like, oh, like, and it hit me like one of my goals for 2018, which again, I started doing in 2017, is I want to be able to be more than just the camera. Like, yes, I love my channel, but I still want to, you know, I want to crochet because I love to crochet. I want to read. I want to learn. I love to write. Like, these are things that I haven't done in so long, and I love to do them, but I haven't let myself take the time lately, and I don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he's right. I want to be that person that lives and breathes in what they love to do, as well as when the camera's on and doing what I love to do, you know? You can't just take away, I thought I had a bloody nose and I'm like, what? But you can't just take away that part of me just because now I have a YouTube channel and I sacrificed other parts of what I love to do something else that I love, and that's not right. You have to have balance. And when he said that, I was like, oh, what else did I just learn today? You have to learn to admit that you're wrong sometimes, and like sometimes you are wrong, and it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to accept what other people say, and like, you know, let them have an opinion and a thought process, because these are clearly people that are in your life for a reason. And like, you guys, I struggled with that so bad in 2017. Like, I think that for so long, I just wanted to admit that like I had it together, because I'm the type of person that when I become like focused, like hypersensitive focused, like I'm focused on YouTube and this whole thing, it was so hard for me to like see it from anyone else's perspective. Like, Paige, you're literally not leaving your room. Like, you should leave your room. It's okay. And I was like, I didn't want to. I wanted to be this, and I wanted to like do this, and it's not that I want to be successful on YouTube in the conventional sense. I view successful as something different than most people. I view successful as the number of people that I've made smile, the number of people that I've let tell their stories, the number of people that I've helped, the number of people that I've made feel stronger in their insecurities. That's how I view successful. And it's not that I need to be a large channel for that, but the larger the channel you are, the more you can help people. And I just feel like I've grown so much in knowing myself through all of this that like, even if YouTube ended for me tomorrow, I've already learned so much about myself and so much about what my passions are and how passionate I really am about other people, and like giving them a voice, and giving people that are too scared to take the voice, giving it to them anyways. Like people that have paralyzing insecurities or medical issues or things that stop them. I've never been more passionate about giving those people a way to feel free. And I think that that is something, that's not something that I did. That's something that happened to me, like as a result of my channel. And I'm so insanely grateful for it. Like I can't even tell you. Let me go ahead. I gotta finish my face because this video is ridiculously long. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but here I sit. Long video. Big shocker. Alright, you guys, I finished it all up. I just added, you know, the usual. I do feel like this eye look actually kind of came together. I don't hate it anymore, so that's a plus. You guys, I guess to round out this insanely long and like crazy video, I don't want to be like every other YouTuber and like, thank you guys so much for supporting me, but I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a better version of myself, and for allowing me to always grow and change and decide what I want and be a different person than I was before. I think that there's something so powerful in being able to change and knowing that the people that support you, like you guys support me, knowing that you guys back me and that you love me regardless. And some days I'm cranky and some days I'm crazy and some days I'm different. And I feel like no matter what, when I turn this camera on and I get to sit down with you guys and hang out, if it makes me feel a little bit more normal, and it makes me feel like for the first time in a long time, like maybe all my issues don't have to stop me. And it's something that I haven't felt in a really long time. And in 2017, that is what YouTube brought me. YouTube brought me to a world where I get to be equal to everyone else, even when I don't feel equal, and even when I'm sick, and even when I'm filming but I have a trash can next to me so I can throw up. You guys, you let me you let me feel like I belong in this world. Oh, I do not think there's going to be no tears. Not when I just finished. I do not think so. Not today, eye sockets. Not today. You guys let me feel like I have a place in the world, and I appreciate it more than you can know. Your well wishes, your sweet thoughts, your encouraging, even when, like I said, even when I don't know how to do my makeup half the time, and that's what you showed up for. You guys continue to be the most amazing group of people that I think the world has to offer. And I think in today's day and age, it's so easy to focus on the crappy things and everything that doesn't go right. It's so easy to focus on that and forget about the good people and the good things. And you guys are my good people and my good things. So I really appreciate 2017 and you guys being there and letting me start my channel and welcoming me into your lives. I really genuinely do appreciate it. And I hope that 2018, I hope I don't disappoint in 2018 and that I can be the exact same person that you have come to know and love, and that we can grow and evolve as people and as a species together, because damn if we don't need to. You guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to jump into my other videos. Shh, I'm very busy. That's very fitting for the ending of this video. I hope that you guys check out the description box for my other social media handles, and let's have a good 2018, you guys, because it's off to a pretty good start so far. I'm not dead yet, so that's a plus. Is there lipstick on my teeth? You guys, I'm saying everything that I say in every video, and I find it so funny. Okay, I hope you have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Da, 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 da. Full face, not the best, not the worst. Welcome to 2018, even though it's like a weekend. Why do I always sing that? I think I have psychological problems. Whatever. Goodbye.